Things that guy in the neighborhood did. According to Reddit. Number 15. Our boring suburbia had only one issue. This old man. He loaded and pointed a shotgun at kids that were playing at night. He tried to poison his immediate neighbor's dog. He threw boards with nails pounded into them in the bottom of a neighbor's little 3-foot pool. He sells bath salts and various other things like this. Was arrested for filming underage kids doing drugs and sexual things? How does this not get you on a registry? His daughter was arrested for that too. He brings shady people around, and we've had a car stolen and had to chase a crackhead, roomies and customers out of his woods. No, boy, look, no. Edit, according to my mom, he succeeded in killing the neighbor's dog. What a bummer of a first entry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for the rude awakening as it pertains to reality and the people that are allowed to just kick it. You'd think after he'd been caught for even 2 of those things that he'd be fine. Dia was just telling me how some people are driving out of America to try and get cheaper insulin, but people like these just kicking it in America, and that's what's up. YouTube is being so freaking crazy today, and I don't know what to say or do, because usually it's all fine, but now I'm getting like these weird I don't know, like YouTube will say that it's in the yellow or in the red, like it's not receiving enough. But if you guys knew how much I was pushing upload wise and how everything should be fine, especially since OBS is in the green, maybe it's just a weird day. It sucks when it's a weird day because you naturally, you start trying to fix things that aren't broken. And since they aren't broken when everything goes back to normal, some of your fixes inadvertently actually broke things. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch when you out here trying to fix something that's not your fault? So when the other issues correct themselves, now you're the one that's misaligned. Oh, what a world. Box says, "Hi, Cyael. I got YouTube Premium just to listen to your streams on a 13-hour flight." Damn, my man. That's what's up. I wish I could still get paid for that. They demonetized my whole channel. Hopefully at the end of the month. It says on the 31st that I can reapply for channel monetization, but I'm sure they'll find a problem, man. It may just be the way that they're coming at all of us these days. So that's unfortunate. It is what it is. As we roll up on this list, though, to number 14, I might have been that neighbor growing up. I lived on a farm near a suburban neighborhood frequently. My pets, goats, would wander into the neighborhood. I would have to go retrieve them from people's yards since they ate all of the plants and ruined people's landscaping, etc. Picture an 8-year-old girl coming out of the woods on a pony, trying to get a bunch of goats to follow her back with a bag of Cheetos. Yeah, that's me. Freeze frame. This is me. You're probably wondering how I got here with this bag of Cheetos on the back of this pony trying to get this goat to follow me. Well, this is my life. Unbelievable. Fucking. Yeah. Hello, everybody in the stream chat. Glad that you're all well. You guys seem to be having an okay Saturday. Don't need Cyael, you know what I mean? You don't need me. Rolling up. Tell me a story about what your person did in the hood. You know what I mean? Did you not just have one guy? Did you have multiple that guys in your hood? I want to know. I want to know what turns you out. Yeah. You know the beauty of Dia is? She probably doesn't know that song. Do you know that song?
Sing it again.
I wanna know what turns you off. Yeah, I wanna know. How about this part? So I can be the one to always make you smile. And then the dude goes, oh, tell me. He goes, tell me what I gotta do to please you. Baby, anything you say I do. 'Cause I only wanna make you happy, girl. From the beginning of my heart, that's true. Sorry. He makes that noise too, but it's hot, apparently. Women love it.
How is that hot?
It's just hot. It's really, they hear that and they're like, oh my god, dude, again reminds me of a piggy. Oh my god, he's gonna get in me like he's looking for truffles. Craziest time.
Fuck YouTube.
Oh, Bach, I appreciate that, my man. Bach it with the fuck of the YouTubes. Oh boy. Someday we'll get things right, man. You know? The worst part... We'll check out Raccoon Tail over here. You know, that's not a Pixar movie I'm trying to see. That's a dumb joke. Yeah, someday hopefully we'll get ours from YouTube, man. But they out here clowning. And I'm just surprised.
It sounds familiar, but I wouldn't be able to tell you even if I have.
I think the saddest thing about YouTube is that they are the ones that hold all the cards and they're never in the mood for a discussion. Like, there's nobody that I can appeal to in a way where I can actually have a dialogue. It's just them making a decision and me going, but nah, you've got it all wrong. And they're like, nope, we've got it all right. Number 13. Finally, a threat that I can contribute to. Get a load of this guy. I manage a triplex building. That's probably pronounced triplex, in the same way that you would say duplex instead of duplex. I'm gonna make you some dumplings if you don't shut the hell up, interrupting me audibly. You could have said this in your mind and let me continue without breaking the momentum. You're out here making me seem like a crazy person. The neighbor is the meanest, rudest, craziest person that I have ever met. Manages the build... No, I'm not reading parentheses. Kill me. If the tenants in the building leave a window on the ground floor open and they are cooking or watching television, this guy will come on over and scream through their open window that they're being too noisy. What a cupburger. When I told him that coming onto the property is trespassing and that I'd press charges in the future, he would stay on his side of the fence and scream louder in the general direction of whatever window happened to be open. For the record, they aren't overly noisy people. They are fairly long, but only about 3 foot high fences separating his property from the triplex. If I or the tenants do yard work, or if I hire a crew to do yard work, he will pick up trash on his side of the fence and throw it onto the freshly manicured lawn, claiming that we left it on his side. We did no such thing. Set up a camera, nigga. He even waits until they finished with a section before throwing some piece of garbage on it. Just as an extra little fuck you, set up a camera. This isn't something that needs to happen multiple times before you're just like, okay, it's gonna happen again. That's how the police fucking catch people. That's how the police fucking catch people. The police and the government, they literally go out of their way sometimes to not capture somebody that they can capture because they'd rather catch them in the act the next time they're gonna do it, so that it looks that much better. So that it looks that much better when they're getting their ass. You know what I mean? Because again, a hilarious amount of shit is left up to a jury these days, and it's a shame that more people don't put these crooked cops behind bars. Where are you going with this, Cyael? I'm just saying. You'd be surprised just how much shit. You better hope that you never end up in trouble for anything that's even vaguely technologically associated, you know? Because you're gonna end up, your fate is going to end up tied to a jury of fucking morons who don't know a 1 from a 0, homie. But they got your fate. They out here like, I guess guilty. You know what I'm talking about? What the hell? Linda says, my alien turned into a fuzzball in Cyael's chat. I'm really pretty salty about the fact that we don't have our emojis anymore. They froze some memberships. That's okay. I'm gonna get over it. I just wish that there was someone that I could speak to. But in reality, there is not. Let's talk about just an extra little fuck you. Thank you for that ice cream, Solomon. Solomon. Thank you for the ice cream, Solomon. Okay. Alright. Now, if the tenants sit out in the back patio, he would call the police. Noise complaints, whatnot. And if there's no music playing, then they're just sitting there. One time the police came over and said that they had reports of parties with a prostitute. They were looking at one of the girls who lives there, who quite frankly is probably the most attractive person I've ever seen. She's a bombshell. And she starts bawling her eyes out. And her boyfriend has to explain that she was a tenant, not a prostitute. And the police leave without saying anything to the old guy. As soon as the cruiser is out of sight, the old guy comes up to the fence and says, if you don't want the police to be called, you shouldn't be dressing like a whore. Wow.
I've had that line being thrown at me.
What a scumbag. Thank you, Jay Solomon. This is blowing my damn mind. You shouldn't be dressing like a whore. The old guy tries to fight the bombshell's boyfriend, who teaches MMA and competes in tournaments. Kudos to him for refusing to fight. Man, you ain't a motherfucking boxer, homie. If some old man stepped up right now and threw some words at Dia or some shit, I'd be fine with that, right? But if he's a consistent problem to the point where it's actually reaching a point where the police are getting involved, my dude, the police showed up and saying, oh, we got a call about a prostitute looking over at Dia, I'd be like, oh no, this dude fucked up. So if he wants to fight, I would turn on my camera phone. I would hand it the fuck off. And I'd say audibly, I don't want to fight with you, old man. I am not the provocateur in this instance, but if you want to enter in to a physical altercation, my old man, step into the arena. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't gonna be no two-hit type situation. You let me make contact, you are done. You are done. You are not a boxer. Here's the reason I say that, Dia, is because you a nigga that's getting paid to like fight, you know, like really fight, you could get into some serious fucking trouble. You know what I mean? You could get into some serious fucking trouble for unleashing some of that shit on some normal ass people. Some normies, okay? But you are not a fucking boxer. You're just some dude who teaches MMA, okay? And I'm sure you understand, you know. It's funny because when you learn how to fight, you learn just how adorable the human body is, as far as like a slight breeze probably killing or injuring somebody for the rest of their life. So some guys get super nice, but other guys, man, they like, let's do it. And I really want this man to have gotten a piece of his bing bongs here. What a cumburger. You yelling through people's open windows and throwing trash on shit that just got like cleaned? That just got cleaned? It's like deliberate. What a cumburger. Ain't no kudos for me, homie. The Cyael channel does not condone violence, but some people I do believe have things coming. I believe in karma, and I don't think it's fair. You know, the world is unfair enough. I don't have to sit here. I'm not your other YouTubers that are gonna sit here and hope for the best because all things will just be daffodils and sunshine, and you should always like kiss my ass, man. Listen, this motherfucker, he's a 90-year-old man, bitch. Well, I guess I understand not fighting a 90-year-old man, but you could have slapped him.
And then he twisted around as like,
shriveled dick old man. What the hell? Towards the end of the last summer, he hired some random hick in town to cut down all the trees on our side of the fence. What? How do you get away with this? Whatever, man. I guess if it's all fine and legal or some shit, whatever. This made me upset. This is a crazy scenario here. That sucks. That's not very Ricardo of you. Oh my god, it's Pyrostar. Didn't he used to be a famous YouTuber? Yeah, for little kids. Yeah. Yeah. No? Okay, never mind. Hey, Cyael, says Pyro once. The stream is buffering, says Cyael. What?
The scream is buffering?
Your fucking mouth about to be buffering if you don't shut the hell up, Dia. You creating more hair monsters in front of me? Fucking 12. That sounds wrong. Azrael's Entertainment says, I'm probably that neighbor XD. So tell us why, you know. Number 12. I'm in a new neighborhood. And that guy, thus far, is definitely this guy who's like 50 years old and has a ton of RC vehicles that he often sits on the porch and speeds around. Cool. I've seen half a dozen different cars and helicopters. He doesn't have a drone? You know? You're an enthusiast of remote-controlled shit. You don't get to have like more than 20 and not just figure out saving up for a drone at this point, my man. Why RC shit? That's like lame. You know, in this day and age. Back then it was OG, but in this day and age it's like,
Everyone likes my hair monsters.
Who the hell said that? And Neil says get him with the hair monsters. No, she needs to stop making them. Ridiculous. And put them in the garbage where they live. Number 12. The other day I saw two... Well, if it isn't Moira. Gay. I mean, I love you. Thank you for the follow. It's probably a man. Hello, boys.
Someone named
Gail tomorrow. What happened?
Apparently we know someone called like Pyro or something cynical.
It wouldn't matter. You know, they're both...
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same. Like all of them. Leafy, anybody. You name any YouTuber and they're in that category to me. The other day I saw two boys playing with their own RC cars and I see one run over and knock on the guy's door. They talk for a minute and the kid runs back over to his friend and they both bring their car to him and he begins working on it, apparently fixing it. Pretty cool. Hey, that's a good that guy story. I didn't know. I didn't know we'd have good that guy stories. It's pretty good. So, Azrael says, I live in a lodging house with about 8 bedrooms, and about 5 weeks ago, I decided to make some bootleg cider in my closet. Why do you live in a house with 8 bedrooms? Are they all filled up? There's a high likelihood that one of those bedrooms has somebody with big titties in them.
What?
They go on to say, I forgot to open the window and stuck up the whole house. I'm thinking that they mean stunk. Either way, it probably would have been pretty intense if the window wasn't open. They made bootleg cider. Where you living? A lodging house. I'm not even sure I understand, you know, the concept of that. Justin says, Cyael, how are you? I'm okay, man. I'm going to be better, hopefully, when we get to the end of this month and I can apply for this shit and then try not to cry as we transition forward. Number 11, I had this 40-something-year-old man who used to live on my street. He would spray down your car if you parked in front of his house. He would come over and yell at us for not gardening properly. He would yell at the kids playing on the streets. He argues with his parents out loud all the time. This guy would storm out of the house and get his truck and speed away. He is no longer there. He murdered his mom? Miggity matricide. You don't see entries like this on Reddit these days. This is a 4-year-old list, boys. He murdered his mom and dad.
Yeah,
what?
You said that.
While they were talking, while they were taking their midday nap, in their sleep he did it. He stabbed them both to death. I live in the, like, bro. Bro. The comments were getting pretty juicy. Sorry for getting quiet. If anybody blind is listening to this, first of all, congratulations. I'm surprised that you're not more into a bunch of robot channels on YouTube. But at the same time, I was reading a comment thread and I was getting a little amused because somebody in the comment section is like, can we get a news article or something? And somebody else says, it's a quiet middle class. No, the first guy who told the story, he says, it's a quiet middle class neighborhood in Southern California. If I posted an article, then somebody could easily identify me since I said I lived next door. I still live next to this family. After all, the parents passed, some relatives moved in and is still living there. Okay. Somebody says, if it is true, wait. Somebody else says, but I'm not going to give you proof, but let me try to make it more juicy with some hot deets, right? And then somebody else says, if it is true, not wanting to be identified is fairly reasonable. And then some other guy making it like he's like weighing the options. Impress some strangers on the internet by verifying a story, or give up hope of anonymity for some hot karma. You know what I mean? Shit, choices. Gotta make that decision. Oh, damn. Still can't believe Linda's world and Minecraft sucked balls. It sucked balls. Hey, I'm gonna put in my name for a seed generator next time. That'll be cool. That'll be a really great seed generation. Seed generation. Number 10. One of my 30-something-year-old redneck neighbors really likes an air duster. He enjoys blacking out on it and smashing his truck into my house. I just had to ask Mom something. Give me a second.
Oi?
Tell me your favorite drugs that... No, you can't say that. I'm just kidding. Tell me your favorite legal drugs that you... Nope, that I don't know.
Nope.
Never mind, you know. Have you guys ever had a run-in with like some kind of some person who inhales things? You know, like they whiff things? Tell me all about it. Yeah, I was just listening to a message from my mother.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg? Put
Yeah.
nuts in Meg. You know, I've never seen an attractive Meg. Do you guys have an attractive Meg? Post her in the Discord. You guys know somebody named Meg that's hot? Do you know a Meg that's hot? I don't think you do. Prove me wrong.
I don't have any pictures of the Megs that I've met throughout my life.
Have you met a Meg?
Yes.
Everybody's
She was in high school.
everybody's cute to you though because you're super nice.
No, just about every guy wanted to fuck her.
Well, you said that you weren't appealing to people in your high school.
Yeah, because I wasn't white.
Exactly. So what the fuck, you know, so what do they matter?
What do you mean, what do they mean?
If they didn't consider you hot,
just
then they might have
asked.
all been insane.
No, she was attractive.
Whatever you say, Dia. Whatever you say.
Look, woman, just because they're not attractive to you does not,
I like the idea of just a whole
devalue.
bunch of guys being horrified of big titties.
No, they were horrified of a Mexican. being anywhere near in their presence because they were racist.
But wow, man, but they knew they wanted to ride around the sombrero.
It doesn't matter. Their racism won out whatever feelings they might have had towards me. So there you go.
Azrael said, I ate too much nutmeg when I was 19 on purpose.
Yeah, no, that shit gets you high.
Justin says he did shrooms once. Isn't that about to be legal somewhere?
In Denver, Colorado.
Denver just about to get it all. Hey, you know what? I bet you either some alien bases about to open up in Denver, or some crazy shit's about to go down around Denver's airport or something, man. Because why the hell are they... legalize the weed, okay, but you legalizing shrooms? What, you gonna convince the media that everybody was tripping? What if somebody has, like, video evidence, man? People are just gonna be like, man, that's some Spielberg-ass shit. Is that what we're saying now? That's some Spielberg-ass shit? Where did you learn to talk like that? Number 9. They mix white Christmas lights with multicolored ones. You gotta go one or the other, man. I feel the same way. Does anybody in here mix Christmas lights? Somebody else said that's racism. This is big words coming from somebody named Offended Too Easily. Okay? Unbelievable.
Oi.
Kurisu. Thank you. For the lemon. The lemon. For the lemon. Someday I like to think that I'll be rich in BitCurrency. Someday I'll get that ninja jet. And then we'll see who's laughing. Now who's laughing? Now who's laughing? I combed my beard yesterday.
How did it go?
Well, I shaved it first, so it went pretty fine. You know, I was married a long time ago.
That's a lie.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah.
You didn't think it was going there, did you?
No, but I knew you were lying
I
regardless.
was married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Get a load of this guy. It's odd, but I found your first channel from that Your Maker collaboration you did years ago. Stripe says, why do you shave? Because it was getting uneven. I can't not have it, make sense. Azrael says, Linda, I used to get chronic migraines before I got diagnosed with type 2 bipolar and treated for it. Man, sounds like Azrael's the type of person that needs to one up everybody in the stream chat. So, you know, everybody who thinks that they have done the most anything ever, get into the stream chat right now. Let Azrael know so she can tell you, bruh, that's nothing. One time I farted into a canister, froze it, and then assembled it so I could eat my own fart. And you're going to be like, well, damn.
Assembled their own fart?
I assembled them. Farts, assemble.
But instead of actual
Goodbye, moon man. What happened?
I said instead of actual instruments,
Instead of instruments, it's farts. Fart. Unbelievable.
Wow, that sucked.
Number 8.
Oi.
Thank you, Kurisu. Maybe they enjoyed that. That's why that happened, because they were all about the... Nah, they're really far behind. I keep forgetting nobody's listening to this in real time. Because even on YouTube, there's a couple second delay. Number 8. We have a guy who walks up and down the street and mumbles all day. One day, he stripped naked and ran up and down the street until the police came. We always have a crazy horse girl who likes to gallop up and down the street and make realistic sounding noises after she comes home from school. She's 17. Man, I was gonna imagine that she was like, you know, really top heavy, and then the galloping was like wild to watch, but they ruined it with the 17-year-old part. But, you know, if I were like other YouTubers, they would have enhanced it with that part. You know what I'm talking about? That would be better for them. Oh, pro Jared. Okay. Okay, here we go. Look, man. To Minecraft or not to Minecraft? That is the question. I gotta get this game for Dia if we can play on a LAN server. But the scary part is, Stripes may not be able to play because I don't know the first thing about creating a server. So we're gonna have to figure out how that shit works. And then we can get into some kind of gay boy server together. Number 7. His name is Maximilian. Maximilian insists that he be addressed by his full name. He drives his Porsche around our 5K loop of houses at 60 miles an hour. He does this at 2 a.m. while blasting low-quality rap music. I've heard rap, and this rap is of the lowest quality. Rolling down the street, smoking Kool-Aid, sipping on banana tea. You ever have banana tea, Dia? Wow. Thought you guys were on the cutting edge.
What?
You know?
What are you talking about?
You guys ever freeze Kool-Aid and try to smoke it? Azrael says, I also mentioned that bipolar because it turned out the migraines were a side effect of undiagnosed issues. So Linda, it might be worth looking into it. I don't think the girl's bipolar, but if you get headaches in any consistent variety, if you get anything in any consistent variety, yeah, you should probably go have it checked out by a professional and hope that you don't encounter one of these professionals that's just like, it's nothing, you're crazy, get out of my office. I got things to do. You're a hypochondriac. That's the worst part. Imagine like thinking you genuinely have a problem with yourself. Don't you wish we were in the future? It feels like we're born at the wrong time, man. Sufficiently in the future, there's probably going to be a bunch of robots that can really scam the hell out of us and tell us exactly what's wrong. But right now, we got to deal with I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in the future when it's like, here's the way that the world works, Dia. Things that are available to the gangsta people with a lot of money and a lot of power, they have to be incredibly dope, right? For us to get the hand-me-down dope shit, right? So until the officials and the people whose names and faces we'll never know or see, and the high fucking paid motherfuckers in the government and people like this get that really, I'm talking about cure for cancer type dope shit, we're really not going to be seeing a lot of the cool ass advances, you know? You have to wonder what was like so much more kick-ass technologically than the internet, to have us be able to, get some of that on a consumer level. They were like, man, give that out to those plebs. Wait till they see what we got in 20 years. Ugh. I've been waiting for something better than the 3D printer to come out for a hot minute so that the 3D printers could become affordable. Because why am I going to buy a 3D printer for a crazy amount of money just to make stupid ass Naruto headbands and fucking props from video games, okay? I live a very mature life. Danica says, Cyael. If that post hasn't specified the age of the horse girl, I legitimately would have thought it was me. Up until I was about 13 or 14, I galloped home from the bus and did horse things in my yard? You know, part of me is a little shocked because it's like, in your house for sure. We all do stupid shit. In my house, I used to rehearse like you assholes probably these days, and I love you, I mean that affectionately, probably write like a lot of fan fiction. Maybe you have your OCs where you draw these characters and shit like that. Maybe it's all in your head. Maybe you have things that you're into show-wise, book-wise, and you just create these scenarios in your head where it'd be better this way, or you hope that this thing happens, but I used to genuinely like create scenes and made up stories and then like pace around in my house and like act them out and like, do the lines and all kind of shit like that. It was pretty cringeworthy stuff, but I knew never in my mind could that ever occur in public. Because I wouldn't say I was just self-aware. I just knew that I didn't need to draw too much attention. you know? But I like the idea that you guys were so free-spirited that you weren't going to let anybody decide how you were going to be perceived. That y'all out here galloping in broad daylight, talking about, I'm a horse. You know what? Part of me wanted to avoid people scrutinizing me too hard. Like I just wanted them to look away if they were looking at me. And I guess that works with your case too. If I saw somebody galloping like a horse, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I have to go. Justin says, so was I shy? Is that what fits your fan fiction? By all means, you know. I'm just shy. No, dude. I want to stay off people's radar. That's a big plus. That's a big plus. Staying the hell off of anybody's, like, I don't want to be, unfortunately, I know that if I open my mouth or I had anything to say or I was going somewhere and I was loose and blah, 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 maybe all attention might be on me. But I never wanted to visually be the type of person that provokes anything other than people averting their gaze immediately, Again, it's a scary world, dudes. All around me are familiar places, worn out faces. And I find it kind of funny, the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever. Number 6. We have a guy affectionately known as the Bus Stop Man. This is a movie waiting to get made. The Bye-Bye Man, the Bus Stop Man. He's always at the bus stop. That's a kick-ass movie. Shoot it from the perspective of a bunch of kids. Nah, I hate kids movies now because they're overdoing it. Stranger Things ruined a bunch of kids in a movie. That should have been a thing we did like maybe once a year with a big budget movie. Instead, it's everything. Get a bunch of kids. Ugh. If I had no, here's what I'll do. I'll have a movie with a bunch of kids, and the kids have a word limit for the whole movie. Altogether, all of the kids in the movie can say no more than probably like 20 words. Because that's the best shit you're going to get out of a kid, is just having them shut up. Less is more. It'll be legit. Probably not even more than 2 kids. Just 2 kids. 3 kids. We kill 1 kid off. Don't kill him. We have him disappear. And then you're left to wonder what happened to him. Surely he's dead, you'll think to yourself. Amazing. Movie writes itself, man. Surely this guy's dead. Maybe he's related, so they're extra freaked out. What happened to Thomas? No, it's got to be a girl. That'll tug at your heartstrings. What happened to Kelly? What happened to Candace? Candace is too black. It's got to be a whiter name. What happened to Elizabeth? Liz? Oh, Sarah, no. Sarah Elizabeth, what happened to you? What happened to you?
Sarah Elizabeth, what is this?
Sarah Elizabeth Williamson. She sucks. Oh, boy. Here we go. Wait, did I even finish this? Listen, we have a guy we affectionately know as the Bus Stop Man. He always is at the bus stop. That guy can get off a bus. 10 minutes later, you see him getting off another bus at the same spot. You go to the local market and boom, Bus Stop Man is getting off the bus there. He's been seen getting off the bus with a fridge, a lawnmower, and 2 chairs, a cat, and various other household articles. What the fuck? Somebody said, plot twist, he's actually triplets. And they know what they're doing. The Bus Stop Man. Oh my god. What?
I feel weird.
You feel weird?
Yes, like...
Stream and call your stream Get Me Minecraft. It's $17. Come on. Do it. If they love you, they will do it. Stream to D Live, stream to Twitch, and then be like, Get me Minecraft, ooh. You should have been streaming while that other bitch left. Because then you could have been the new her. Oh my god. You really hate that girl that I follow. I love it.
I don't hate
I follow
her.
this big titty Asian girl on Twitch. Not like follow her like I watch her, but I've like seen her, of course. And I find her absolutely amusing. She was recently suspended on Twitch, but now she's back apparently. And I was musing on how Dia should have taken the opportunity to slide into the void. Slide into the void. Number 6, -1. That guy in my neighborhood spends his time doing old school skateboard tricks. He's all around a cool guy. Most people think he's a weirdo, though. Most pickles. But that's just because they haven't got to know him. One time I was walking or talking to him, and my neighbor, who's my mom's friend, saw me. She then condescendingly told my mom that I was hanging out with him. He lives with his parents. It's his house, though. His parents are just there because his dad has Alzheimer's and his mom takes care of him. Boy, it really is a definition of a situation where y'all really don't notice, dude. They have a greyhound, a pit bull named Daisy, and a chill cat. Hangs out on the porch all day. Everyone thinks he's a psycho man-child because he lives with his parents, but he's actually the nicest person in the neighborhood and is self-sustaining. He owns his own skate shop. What? Dude owns his skate shop and y'all giving him shit? That's a business as far as y'all concerned. What the fuck y'all know about that? Why is Memeology posting pictures of his local anime shop? Oh my god. Look at that picture. That's a bad picture of Thanos. I'm going to take a picture of it and dump it into the Discord via my phone, and anybody who is in the Discord can use that as, you know, a little reward. Damn it, I sent it to Jade. Fuck a doodle do. So anybody who's in the Discord can regard that as a little reward for you being in the Discord. Wow, can you believe that? All for you. Hey, wait, who's the bipolar one? They should invite her to the Discord so that inevitably a foot gets put in somebody's mouth. Their own foot. Their own mouth. Play Duel of Fates, the Star Wars song. Number 4, Opera Man practices opera from his balcony. Not with lyrics or arpeggios, any vocal exercises. He just sings one note with a theatric vibrato at the top of his lungs for an hour each afternoon. Can you imagine?
I would have nicely told him to stop, but by the third time I would have thrown him.
Can you imagine? Not like changing your pitch though? One note. What? Nobody, how could they resist even going up to him and making that joke too? Dude, you are so one note. You probably laugh. Probably laugh at that. You know?
No.
You know, if you don't see sharp, you might be flat, do you?
What?
Never mind.
Sorry to old man.
Azrael says, I need to be that flexible. Why can't you be? You got Dia chest problems? You got triple D's up there? I knew this one girl who was big in the chest area and she actually was really flexible.
Okay.
Why you always say okay about my flexible?
Because you always mention big titty girls.
Oh please, they're all dead now. The titties killed them, as they kill everyone. And they conspire in the night times. They glow and they speak. One day you'll wake up in the midst of your breasts conspiring. They were conspiring! Jade says, I am in charge of the speaker. If I can get a foot in my mouth, then I'm winning. I guess in a way, that could be considered true. As we complete this list, we're going to be done. Because we're at 3. My dad is the guy that stands in our front yard and waves at cars trying to get them to slow down. You're that bothered about people driving through the neighborhood? Someone responds, growing up, we had this crazy guy who would stand at the end of his driveway and yell at anyone he believed to be driving too fast. One day, my mom gets home and tells us that he tried to throw a cat in the front of the car as she drove past. Doorbell rings, it's the guy, yelling at her because she almost hit his cat. She also yelled back that his cat wouldn't almost have gotten hit if he wasn't throwing it at cars. He yells back that he only threw his cat at cars that drove too fast. Amazing. It was a really entertaining thing while it lasted. Bruh. What you throwing a cat in front of a car for? Do you really want your cat dead? To try to be like, oh, you drove over my cat? What you whipping a cat anywhere for? We see some crazy shit every list. This may be one of the wildest ones. This dude throwing his cat in front of a car. And worst case scenario, if things go right, dude, the cat dies. What? Justin says, hey, would there be a big difference between watching Cyael here or on Twitch? Boy, you should be watching me on dlive.tv/. Honey. That timing was fucking horrifying. Because that was a DLive contribution from Jade. The sparkly diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. True Silver Wolf says he's the male version of the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons. He's literally whipping cats in front of a car, but they could die. But they could die. Oh, Azrael says, "Trust me, dude. You don't want anything to do with my man. You're definitely a man as far as I'm concerned. Everyone in the chat is. Why would any of you assume that Cyael got anything to do with no titties? Okay, only titties that exist are big." Anime. I almost said fictional because for some reason my brain associates titties on the internet with fiction. Like somebody just created that picture, you know? That's not real. It's on the internet. Hello, that's not real. Hello. Unbelievable. Justin says, I do, Cyael. Wow, I appreciate you for that, Justin. Wow. But yeah, no, I recognize that on DLive, the you know, what's the word? The delay is outrageous. I'm going to have to sit in front of that green screen and just stream on DLive one day for craziness. Sugar. So here we are. What?
If you wanted to play Undertale and have everybody like give their input, YouTube would be the only place where you can do it.
That sucks. Well, number 2. I live in an apartment complex with assigned spots, you know, parking spots. Every day, this twat waffle in a white Civic encroaches into my parking spot. So every day, I have been parking closer and closer to her car. Like I'm getting really fucking good at parking close enough to her without hitting her. A few days ago, I'm walking to my car to head to work, and I see her climbing through her passenger side door to get into her car, cursing up a storm. She sees me, we lock eyes as she's climbing over her middle console, starts her car and drives away. Since that incident, she has stayed in between the lines of her parking spot. Intriguing. Do. Kurisu, I see your DLive fam sticker. An interesting sticker. Indeed.
Oi.
Indeed. Linda says, my breasts are non-fiction, so I guess they don't exist? They do exist.
Non-fiction is real. Non-fiction means real, Linda. Fiction means fake.
No, I think she must be responding to something that I said. There's a possibility that I said...
Yes,
no, there's a possibility that I said the only breasts that exist for me are the ones online, which are all fictional. So maybe she's saying that since hers are nonfiction, then they don't exist. Thank you for the ice cream, Kurisu. Thank you for the ice cream. Dude, I think with like a couple more of those cars, or the equivalent of ice creams, I'll be able to send some cash to be... Because, like, you know, it's like crypto, so they do like the deposit or whatever every time you get like 4,000 or so. I don't know. This isn't number one, but we're almost there. We are there on the list of things that guy in the neighborhood did. Wasn't such a beautiful day with number one. I'm kidding. I don't know what it says. I never read these. She's really nice and makes everyone feel like, oh, it is nice. She's really nice and makes everyone feel like they've been a lifelong friend. Whether they're 3 years old or 93, she organizes parties for everyone on the block and makes some killer desserts. She'll happily do a favor for anyone and won't let you say no to taking money from her if you ever do a favor for her. Well, that's just sweet, you know? Sweet as sugar, you might say. Thank you, J. Solomon.
Oi.
Thank you, J. Solomon. Oh boy. Thank you, J. Thank you, J. Solomon. So how are your days going? Would you guys say that you're alright? Why is it's a spoiler? Who is Euron Greyjoy? Tell me this isn't a Game of Thrones thing.
Oi.
It is, isn't it?
Oi.
It really is. This is the definition of mainstream when I can't escape it. Thank you, J. Solomon and Kurisu, for these lemons. You guys are really putting a dent in that crypto. The super dog. Nobody and then Luigi. I really do like that pose. Spider-Man fighting Jesus to bring back Stan Lee. It really is a Jesus versus Spider-Man fight. My God, Spider-Man. You can't take on the Son of God. Hey, is this Spider-Man Russian? You see them track pants? I mean, wait, Spider-Man. Yeah. Parents who notice femininity in their son and decide he's a girl are attention-craving assholes. Look at how we ruined our son.
Look, my child is 8. And you know what? They want to be a girl.
Bruh. He also want to be a superhero. You gonna let him jump off the roof, my dude? Parenting. How do I even? How do I? Hey. Yeah. We don't have snakes in Animal Crossing. I guess they'd be salamanders. Right? Because those are the ones with legs. Snakes don't have legs. We don't have snakes in Animal Crossing, huh? I mean, any kind of salamander. Interesting. That'd be a really, really, really fun thing. Well, I'm gonna eat something. And then I'm gonna, oh, speaking of anime. Cartel got themselves some anime weapons out here. You know, is this Trigun? Because there's 3 barrels visible there. Get it? You've heard of one gun. No, I mean like you know, that's not a joke that Trigun makes relevant. It's just because
Yes, 3 barrels.
nobody move or the computer gets it. I demand 1 million Wait, is that 64 gigabytes of RAM? Somebody says you're a hell of a hostage.
Somebody's the same guy.
What? Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez? My God, can the world handle it? Ay, ay, ay. Hi, Chihuahuas. So what are we doing?
What do you mean?
Are you trying to stream? Ow, 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 should there be more Naruto? Should I just jump off and then try to do Minecraft later? What should I do?
Where's the trash bag?
I don't have any trash bags.
There is one in here.
Alright, guys, love you. You'll catch me soon. I'm really eager to play more Minecraft, and I won't do that off stream just for you guys. So I'll see what the hell's going on, and then I will, hopefully, maybe somebody finds out something about a Minecraft server that I can join. But I'm running 1.12.2. How do a lava castle? Are you sure that's as cool as you think it sounds? You put that shit on your side of the map, and we'll be in normal town where shit's not burning down. See, this is a bad idea already. Other people in the server. I hate it. You know how many underground bases I'm gonna have to establish? Can you imagine somebody else breaking into my underground base? Look, I don't get how a server would work. You know? I'm gonna have to Google that, I guess. And then what if it's a nightmare to run? What if running a server is a bucket of shit? And do I have to pay to run the server? You know? Do I have to pay? Oh my God. I'll find out. And we'll go from there. I'm glad you could all be here. This is bone hurting juice. They almost got me. I want the original. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. Thank you for everybody. Here in D Life, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.